Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video, for sure, we'll not talk about belly dancing, but I think maybe I should make a special video about belly dancing to show you what is the roots of this dancing. For sure, many of you like it, many of you enjoying it. Me myself, I don't see anything wrong with dancing, but belly dancing is connected to slavery. Many people do not know that. They think belly dancing, it was always fun and etc. You know, belly dancing is coming from the East, Middle East and East, like the Persian, even the Indian. So the Arab, the Persian, the Indian, all the Eastern cultures, you will see that belly dancing exists in their culture. However, when it's connected to the Middle East, it was always about slaveries. Those who used to do belly dancings, they used to be the slaves, not the women who has honor. They capture girls, they choose the best of them as looking, and then they force them into entertainment business. It can be prostitution, which means the dancer herself, she is a prostitute. I don't want people to understand thinking that I'm saying that if you are doing belly dancing, you are a prostitute. I'm talking about history. The reason I'm sharing this, actually, because I'm going to go back to a topic we spoke about before, which is maybe became boring for many of you. But just I wanted to show you the reasons Muslims, they give the man the upper hand over the women, because they want always women to be slaves. She is nothing but a sex toy entertainment slave. If we go back before, just a few videos before, I posted a video about the video is talking about the hadith where no man can be or should be questioned for beating his wife. One of the ladies, Muslim ladies, she said the hadith you posted is weak. It is what? It's weak. And supposedly this is the hadith. The hadith said, the Prophet said a man will not be asked as to why he beat his wives. Actually, this video is designated to show you how stupid it is, the idea of saying weak and strong. What is weak? What is strong? You know, when Muslims they say this hadith is weak, it doesn't mean it is not accepted. Just to make you understand. Weak mean there is no enough proofs to make it strong. This is why they cannot delete it, because it might be true. And they cannot reject it totally, even if it is da'if. Da'if mean weak. Now just to show you how stupid the way Muslims they try to recognize their hadith. You know, this guy here, Al-Albani, this is a modern, I mean, like he died a few years ago, and he is the one who is deciding what is weak, what is strong. Well, this hadith was strong always. The book of Sunan Ibn Dawood is one of the 6 hadith book of a strong hadith. If you can go right now, search for the list of Sahih books, you will find there are 6 books. 6. One of them is Sunan Ibn Dawood, Sunan Ibn Majah, Al-Bukhari, Muslim, etc. At-Tirmidhi, so An-Nisa'i. So there are 6 books approved as Sahih. Suddenly today, Muslims they try to get rid of those who cause problems, and suddenly what was strong always became weak. But today I'm going to show you how it is stupid those who try to play this game. Let us see how we can do that. This is Sunan Ibn Majah, and this is exactly the same hadith. It's exactly the same. But in here, this hadith is good. In here, the hadith is weak. This one is saying the same sentence. The whole hadith is about one sentence, that a man should not be questioned for beating his wife. And this is what the hadith here is saying. It's exactly the same words. So how the same hadith became strong here, weak there? Like, are you Muslims, or are you mad? Are you crazy? It's the same. A man will not be asked, like here the difference is the translation, but it's same in Arabic. A man should not be asked for why he is beating his wife. And this is a story about Umar ibn Khattab. So it's the same hadith, the same story, the same sentence. In one place it is wrong, it is weak, and the other one it is strong. So the question, why? Now for sure the Muslims, they will come with their excuses. They say we go back to see the narrator and see how bad he is. Let me tell you something. Most of the hadith narrator who they are approved by you, actually the ones who collect the Quran today, is none of them is those who Muhammad he said should collect the Quran, which means they are not approved even by Muhammad himself. Muhammad he said you should take the Quran from certain names. None of those names is what Muslims took the Quran from. So if you want to go by the rules, who is the one who to be trusted to take the hadith from? How about following the same rule for the Quran? You did not follow your prophet order, who told you take the Quran from who? So this video here is just a message to the Muslims. This game doesn't work. You see, you Muslims have to follow the hadith and have to follow the Quran, because your Quran told you وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. Whatever Muhammad he say, whatever he order you, you take. Whatever he reject, you reject. It doesn't matter if it's Quran or not. So whatever Muhammad he said, it's not only the Quran, it's what he said. You know, when we say what Muhammad he said, what Muhammad reject, it means Muhammad reject, not Allah reject. Because simply the real God in Islam is Muhammad, not Allah. So Muslims, they have to go by the hadith to see what Muhammad reject. Not only by the Quran. Then when you say to me that there is something in the hadith is da'if, it means Islam cannot be trusted, because how we want to follow Islam if we have to follow the hadith and the sunnah? And you are saying to me most of the sunnah cannot be trusted. Most of the hadith is not valid. You see, when they say that the Bible of the Christians is corrupt, what you are saying to me when you say this is da'if, you are saying to me that your sunnah is corrupt. Your Islamic heritage is corrupt. What can be holy, it might be not holy. What is from the Prophet, it might be not from the Prophet. So how you want to follow your religion when you cannot be sure? And today, this guy, he waited 1400 years until he come with a conclusion to say that this is weak. But in different conclusion, this is strong, which is the same story, the same thing. And you know, it's very important to recognize here the story in front of us. If you read with me this story, you will notice the following. This is a story about Umar ibn Khattab. Umar is one of the best, he is a Khalifa, you know. He is one of the best men in the history of Islam, supposedly. He is the man of justice. And obviously, this guy, he beat his wife always. I was a guest at the house of Umar one night. So he's sleeping over in the house of Umar. And in the middle of the night, like how nice, you know, people, they say good night, it's the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, he went and hit his wife. And I separated them. Nice of you. So Umar, the Khalifa of Islam, he woke up in the middle of the night to show kindness of Islam to his wife. And you will see he did not beat her by the miswak as the Muslim they say to us, you beat her with a toothbrush, which is false. He is using his hands. We don't see anything here. We don't know how he is beating her. But obviously it's something bad, because if it's not harmful, there is no need for a man to be involved and separate them. It must be crazy. The fight is going all the way, everywhere. The sound is, crazy. She's screaming. So he went there and he separated them. And when he went to bed, said to me, so after the fight is over, Umar, he said to him, the one who's talking is Umar, learn from me something that I heard from the Messenger of Allah. Learn from me something that I heard from the Prophet. I learned myself, and I learned from the Prophet of Islam. What he learned? A man should not be asked why he beat his wives, which means he should not be involved between me and my wife when I beat her. And this is why he's asking him, don't go to pray, don't go to sleep before you pray this prayer, because you committed sin against Islam. For you should not be involved and separate between me and my wife, beating her. That is the highest authority of Islam after Muhammad, the Khalifa of justice. The Muslim ask anyone, they will say Khalifa Umar is the amazing man. I can show you stories about this amazing man, how he forced his slaves like if a slave, she tried to cover her hair or cover her chest, he forced her to show her body in front of her visitors, and he beat her if she tried to cover herself, because he said to her, are you trying to act like a free woman? Are you trying to dress like a free woman? Do you think you are a free woman? Do you think you are equal to a free woman? You are just a slave. A man, he do this to his wife, what he will do to his slaves? And as you see, Muslims here, they can't play the game and say this is weak. It says Hasan. Hasan in Arabic means good. This is good. Alright? And this is why I wanted to talk about it, because in here, the same story, except they took the name of Umar off. It is da'if. It is weak. But in here, it is the story, but it is strong. So when I say, Islam have a reason for beating the women, because women always in Islam, they are nothing. You can go and read the history of Islam. You see the Khalifa, you have thousands and thousands of belly dancers, maids, sex slaves, all of them are sex slaves. They divide them. The one, she is pretty, she is for sex, for dancing, for entertainment. There's one, she have a nice voice, she is for singing. There's one, she is not good looking, she is just for washing dishes. There's someone, she is good in cooking, she is the cook. So they divide the slaves depend on their job and the quality of what they can do. That is Islam. I hope you learned something today, and spread the news. Islam is nothing but a bad cult about slavery to a human being, insulting for a human being against a human right. A man, he beat his wife, and nobody should question him why he did that, because it is his right to do so. The women, she have the right to be beaten by her husband. God knows what he can do. Like, when you say nobody should question, what does that mean? It means you can beat her for any reason you want, whatever you want. No one can ask you, just beat her. She is nothing. In America, if you beat a dog, you go to jail. In Islam, if you beat a woman, you are a good man. Christ is Lord, Islam is false.